Hey everybody, this is the first review style video I'll be posting to YouTube, but today I'll be reviewing the Clew 1.0 Freedom Edition snowboard bindings. I have a size large in white. I decided to put this video up just because there's not a lot of content for people that aren't sponsored by Clew. I think we kind of all know who I'm talking about, at least in the US, but there's not really a lot of average user reviews who had to pay for the product themselves and aren't directly sponsored. I don't really feel like sponsored people can be putting out unbiased reviews. When you're getting a product for free, obviously you're going to try and make other people, buy it and give you money off of it or whatnot. So I just wanted to put this together, just a review from an average user. So I bought these at full price last year. They got shipped, I think, in early December, so it was kind of a long wait, but definitely well worth it. So as you can see next to me, I've got one unmounted and one still mounted. I'm riding these on a new Gremlin board from last season, so it's kind of an all-mountain board. I'll just be kind of giving you a brief overview of the binding, and then I'll give my my reviews on it, or my opinions on it. So this is a step-in binding. People like it, quick to get in and out of. All you have to do is press this red lever, pull up, and then separate the two pieces. It's hard to do when there's not a boot mounted, but as you can see, the two pieces separate. This piece stays attached to your boot throughout the day, and then this piece stays mounted on your snowboard. So to get them back together, then all you have to do is would put your foot in, and then you just stomp down really hard. It's hard to do without a boot on. Kind of hurt, but it's very simple. Other features of this binding, this is the toe strap here. It actually has a locking mechanism, so if you click down, this toe strap's not going anywhere. Again, very good quality. I think I read that it was manufactured in the same facility as K2 bindings, which is good. No complaints on the ankle strap, but it does not have a locking mechanism. So that's kind of an overview of the binding. There's a lot of content out about people actually using this with their boots. So I'm not going to include any of that footage. Obviously, I'm not a professional snowboarder and don't have a production budget or anything of the sort, or any kind of recording software. But I just wanted to kind of give you my thoughts. So I've ridden these 4 days now, 2 days at Copper Mountain, 2 days at Winter Park. The 2 days at Copper were over New Year's weekend, where we had a nice storm out in Summit County. So I had a couple good days of powder riding conditions that really kind of put these to the test. So another feature that I didn't discuss, when you click down, there's actually a shelf here to accommodate for kind of ice and powder buildup. And obviously, you're going to take your glove and kind of wipe this off at the beginning of the run anyways. But I found that they perform just fine in powder. So kind of talking about some of the negatives of this binding that aren't really ever discussed. The underfoot chatter from this base plate is really, really bad. I have a pair of K2 Thraxis boots, which helps to dampen it, but it's very noticeable. And it's something that will likely be flushed out with the next couple of years of model development, but at least for this model, it is very chattery and noticeable. Again, not a deal breaker either way, and it's good in current form, but it does have room for improvement. My other thought is on this toe strap. So as you can see, like, this toe strap has a lot of wiggle room front to back. If you put enough pressure, you can actually click these like couple notches forward. Both sides are able to do that. So if you're on a run and you put a little too much pressure on your toe edge, you can actually like move this out of the position you want it in. Again, not a huge deal, and it probably can be fixed by riding better and having more familiarity with these bindings. But again, just something I'd like to see flushed out in the future. But the pros of these bindings, obviously, I think outweigh the cons. They're very, very easy to step into when you get off the lift. Very, if it's like a shallow, I'm not sure what the word I'm trying to say is, but when you're getting off the lift, if it's like really not too steep, you're able to just step your back foot in the binding, step in, and just ride right off. So like the American Flyer and American Eagle lifts, Super B, it's a little steep but still doable. You can just step your foot in and ride right off, which is great. Otherwise, you can just scooter down to somewhat of a flat part or just a flatter part and step right in and go. So you don't really ever have to stop at these, which is obviously why everyone wants them. But my favorite part is just how easy this lever is to pull and yank your foot out, either at the end of the run or during a middle of a run when you fall over and want to stop. You can be sitting on your knees and pull them out. You can be sitting on your butt and pulling them out, which to me is important, and it's very, very easy and convenient to do. Again, that's not really possible with Supermatics or flow bindings because you have to have this like pulled back, and you're not able to step out very easily. But with these, you're able to get out really easily in both directions. And then obviously you can use them as a normal binding too. At the end of the day, you can just flip them open and whatnot. One other thing I want to touch on that I haven't seen other people review is I had concern leaving these on a rack at a resort. Someone could just come by and take this top part of the binding out. They just pull the lever and walk away with it. You can actually just take one of these cheap budget locks from Amazon. I think this was like $15. And then there's like this triangle part here, so you can just feed your board lock through it. Clip the two pieces together, which I'm doing on the bottom of the screen here. Lock your dial, and now there's a lock around it. So when you try and pull your piece out now, again, it's really hard to do without boots in. Now they're connected, and you're not walking away with either piece, either the mounted piece or this upper piece. Last thing I want to talk about, other ones that I've ridden myself. So I had a pair of new Freedoms last year, which are very similar to flow bindings. It's kind of news top of the line model. They're very similar, other than the underfoot shatter in terms of rideability and quality. It doesn't look like it just because they're mainly plastic, but they are very solid and I think a quality product. And once you kind of get used to them a little bit, the coloration kind of fades in, and they look a lot better than they kind of visually appear, at least on screen. There's also like a 2 to 3 day break-in period, which is fine, but to really get these at their full potential, it takes a couple of days to get this red lever broken in. So not to be quick to judgment, but if you only have a chance to demo them for like a day, you're not really going to get the full effect until these are fully broken in. But my general conclusion, these are definitely, I think, worth the price. So I've got just a screen pulled up here. Right now they're $4.99. There's various creator codes floating around that I'm sure you're going to be able to source one pretty easily and support whatever creator you want. But I think they're worth it. At least at the $450 price. $500 is kind of a lot, but if you pre-order them, you can get them for $400, and then with that, creator discount, you can get them down to like almost $350. The only con is you have to wait until the 23-24 season, which, again, not the end of the world, and $350 is a pretty reasonable price to be purchasing these. But just my general thought on the step-on binding market in general, I think these are the right tech. I'm not sold on the Supermatics. I got to demo them once. They're very hard. I mean, they're easy to step out of if you're standing up, but if you're on the ground trying to step out of them, they're very difficult. Burton step-ons are fine for that, but I just hate the high backs that come backwards. They're just a pain in the ass to get out of if you're sitting down on your butt or whatnot at the end of a hard run. And these are just so easy to pop out of. You can see people's reviews. They're very easy to step out of. So that's kind of all I have for this review. Again, just please let me know if you have any questions, but don't overlook these just because they're on Instagram. People are promoting them. Their promotion stuff is I think really weird. Just I don't know. It's just it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't really love how they're doing their promotional material, but all in all, I do think it is a very solid product. I think their marketing could just use some work, and they need more content from people like myself or just average users who aren't getting paid to put out good feedback. Um, but great product. Definitely be sure to try a pair out if you can. And again, let me know if you got any questions.